All right, good Sunday afternoon, everyone. It's across middle Georgia. I'm here, yes, getting everything organized. So, I'm going to start this Facebook Live, of course. Well, what's going to be happening this week as we roll through the week? It's going to be a very busy week across middle Georgia. So, a lot to talk about, and it's going to start off with very cold temperatures. But again, as of right now, it's beautiful outside, or it has been, but those temperatures are falling. Front came through early or late this morning. Temperatures really started falling, and they're down to 45 right now. But we are seeing a mix of sun and clouds, even a few snow flurries being reported, even as far south as middle Georgia this afternoon. But that is not what we're here to talk about. That will come later this week. But we're going to be talking about the very cold temperatures first off. Wind chills already down to 27 in Thomaston. It feels like 38 in Macon and 39 in Warner Robins. So that cold air, it's starting to make its way into middle Georgia, and that's what we're going to be watching the next few days. It's this dangerously cold air, and that's why we're going to go with weather warn days, because this is going to be air that is going to be very tough to deal with as far as being prepared, precautions. You need to be making those precautions right now. So we got 4 weather warn days this week. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, and that's due to this dangerously cold air that has moved into middle Georgia, and it's going to stick around for several days. On top of that, we now have a winter storm threat for middle Georgia. That means accumulating snowfall for most of middle Georgia looking likely, and it's going to be a high impact event. So again, we have the cold air in place. Don't lose thought of that. But we're going to be talking about snow too. With the cold weather is going to be the main issue we're going to be watching the next couple of days. And then cold weather advisory. This is rarely issued, but this is our second one this year, and this is for tonight and through tomorrow morning. Wind chill values expected to be 5 to 15 degrees. That is brutally cold, dangerously cold across middle Georgia, and that's what we're going to be dealing with tonight here in the mid-state. So that's what we're dealing with the cold air. The wind chill forecast as we head through the overnight hours, check it out, 15, 10, 11 degrees by first thing tomorrow morning. You're going to dress in layers, make sure all that exposed skin is covered up. It could be down to 9 in Monticello, 9 in Thomaston, and that wind chill, this is what it will feel like outside. Actual air temperatures tonight will be in the teens as well. So very, very dangerously cold air is making its presence known in middle Georgia. And it's not just tonight. Check it out. The next few mornings or the next 5 days, wind chill values 12, 17, 12, maybe 21 on Thursday, but then 17 on Friday. Very, very cold air for middle Georgia, and that is what we are dealing with. That is the big story this week. And then, like I said, you got to factor in, we knew we'd have the cold air in place. Moisture, it's going to move in at some point, and that is going to bring the threat for some winter storm issues. And that is what we are seeing with right now. All of middle Georgia, we're under a winter storm watch, and that does include everybody in middle Georgia, South Georgia, and as far north as the Atlanta metro, as this is going to be a high impact event. So we are expecting road issues with this event, but a winter storm watch is issued 48 hours ahead of a winter storm. And for middle Georgia, winter storm watch means 2 inches, freezing rain, or sleet. This is not going to be a freezing rain and sleet event for us. This is going to be an all snow event. So we're likely going to see this watch become a winter storm warning. It will be increased to a warning tomorrow sometime. And then on Tuesday, that's when we're going to start to look at what's going to be snow falling across middle Georgia. So this is what we're looking for. Dangerously cold weather. We have that moving in right now. It's going to last through Thursday. That winter storm threat, the form of snow, will be here Tuesday, maybe as late as 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning. But I really think it'll come in and it'll be in and out of here to pick up at least a lot of white stuff across middle Georgia. And I know a lot of people are excited about that. But again, it's going to be an interesting week of weather. Now, when we're talking about high impact event, this is what we're talking about. The winter storm impact threat for all of Georgia, it's there, but then you get into these yellow and oranges, which we're seeing across middle Georgia, and this is for that Tuesday night into Wednesday time frame. You're getting minor and moderate impacts. This means you're going to have road issues. This also means there's going to be some other issues ongoing. We don't know how the roads are going to respond, but do make preparations right now as we get ready for an interesting Tuesday into Wednesday. So everywhere you see shading, this is where you're going to be feeling impacts from that winter storm. We're going to have accumulating snow that includes on the road, so expect travel issues as we head Tuesday night into Earth's event. Things are going to change a lot, but what's not going to change, that cold air is going to be in place. So that temperature forecast, as I said, we're going to be falling into the 20s. Now, as we get towards Tuesday, this is around lunchtime Tuesday, and this is just going to show you when the snow starts to move in. And again, this is going to be all snow. There's not going to be any rain or freezing rain or sleet with this. This is going to be a snow event. 3 p.m. This is likely when we're going to start to see that snow moving in, and these temperatures are actually a little bit lower than the last model run. When the snow moves in, it's not going to stick right away. Again, you're seeing these temperatures above freezing. The lower levels of the atmosphere are very, very dry, so we got to let some of that moisture work its way down, and as it does, you'll start to see those temperatures fall, and then you'll start to get into some accumulating snowfall. Now, this is still 5 o'clock. You're in the mid-30s. With the snow coming down a little bit more and more, I think these temperatures will start to come down. And I think by the afternoon and evening, we're really going to start to see snow starting to pile up on those grassy areas. And then it will continue as we roll through the overnight hours, 8, 9 o'clock, everywhere below freezing. So what's falling will be accumulating. And again, notice that's where that wintry precip mix would be of sleet, freezing rain, and snow. This is an all snow event because unlike the last event a couple of weeks ago, the low pressure is staying to our south. We have the cold air in place, so all the ingredients are here for at least a nice snow cover for middle Georgia. That'll continue through 10 o'clock, and this is one model run. The models are all a little different, but they all show snow, so we know it's going to snow. This is about 10 o'clock. It looks like the heavier bit of the snow will start to push into our southeastern counties, and then notice those temperatures are remaining below that freezing mark, so it's going to stick around and stay with us during the overnight hours. Now, a couple of other model runs actually bring the snow in a little earlier on Tuesday and actually keep it around a little bit later into Wednesday. We'll be watching that. 48 hours out, the timing's going to change. But we know it's cold and we know it's going to snow. Now, we're going to show you some potential snowfall totals. This is not what's going to happen, but this just gives you a general idea of what we could see in middle Georgia. These are going to change, so go ahead and get ready. Don't be looking for these on Tuesday and Wednesday, but when we look at the latest model, as you're seeing maybe 2 to 3 inches in some locations, 4 inches down towards the south where you could get that heavier band. This is fluctuating. This is updating every couple of hours, so these totals have been changing. Last model run, it had some areas had 5 to 6 inches. This model run, we're not seeing any area like that, but this is just giving you an idea that you're going to see accumulating snow across middle Georgia. Lighter amounts, actually the farther north you go, the heavier amounts are going to be down across central and south Georgia with this event, as that low will be down into the Gulf. So as of right now, potential snowfall for middle Georgia, 1 to 4 inches. That looks entirely likely. That's going to be good news. It's going to be that big old fluffy wet snow that we like to see in the deep south. But hopefully we don't get much more than this. More and more snow, and it's that heavy wet snow that could cause tree and power issues. So we're going to have to watch things carefully. Roads are going to be impacted. Not too sure about the power grid. So I know a lot of people at the grocery store today. I saw a lot of people. I told them it was going to snow because it is going to snow across middle Georgia. And again, we are focusing on these totals. Like I said, these are changing constantly, but 2 to 4 inches of snow, not entirely out of possibility, and we may see a few spots get a little bit more. Some spots will not see this much. With any kind of snow event this time in the Deep South, you're going to have people that are upset that they didn't get enough, upset that they got too much. You're never going to please anybody, but some people are going to be as we roll through this event, but we are forecasting that snow for Middle Georgia. So that is what a lot of people are looking forward to. And like I said, this is going to be all snow. We don't have to worry about the freezing rain or the sleet. This is going to be snow. It's going to be that puffy white snow that we really want to see. It's going to be great for making snowballs. But again, right now, we're going to stick with 1 to 4 inches likely across Middle Georgia. As I said, this is going to change. We're 48 hours out. This will not move in until Tuesday afternoon. These numbers will be fluctuating from model run to model run. They may come down. They may go up. If anything, maybe they stay the same if you like the totals you're seeing. But do know these numbers are not what will happen. This is just giving you a general idea of where we're going to see the snow and how much we could potentially, that's the key word, potentially see across Middle Georgia. So that is what we are looking forward to. Not looking forward to the cold weather. Again, the cold weather is going to be the main issue with this event. The snow, this is the bonus. But the cold weather, it's going to move in, and it's that dangerously cold air that we're going to be seeing. So again, looking at tonight, it's going to be bone-chilling cold. 19 by first thing tomorrow morning. You get those wind chills anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees. You can't stay out in that very long. That is just downright dangerous. Tomorrow, the Dr. King holiday, so many schools are out. Businesses are closed, banks and all that stuff are closed because of the holiday. Tomorrow's still going to be a day of preparation. It's going to be a cold day. Temperatures will not make it out of the 30s, but wind chills will remain below freezing all day long tomorrow. So even though we're going to be seeing plenty of sunshine, we're not in the mid-state. And again, tomorrow's still a day of preparation if you need to do anything, as we are expecting that high impact event for here in Middle Georgia. So like we said, weather warn days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, with that snow event Tuesday night into early Wednesday. But we're keeping those weather warn days because of that dangerous cold air. 17 on Tuesday morning, 19 for Wednesday morning, as well as Thursday morning. It's just downright brutally dangerous cold air, and that's what we're going to be dealing with. Now, by the end of the week, we're back up into the 40s, and I'll show you next weekend. By next Sunday, 1 week from today, we'll be back to near 60 degrees. So temperatures are going to climb rapidly by the time we get to next weekend, and we'll be back into the 50s and 60s. But the next 4 days, this is when we got to keep things into perspective with that very cold air, as well as those potential for that snow across the mid-state. So that is what we are looking at. I'm checking social media. I'll do my best to answer any questions, but we just don't know how much snow we're going to get. We know it's going to be very cold, so that's what we're going to be dealing with. And again, you can see, putting this all into perspective, we're going to be dealing with cold air, but also we're going to be dealing with those issues as far as that winter storm threat. Again, we'll go back over a few things real quick. We got the very cold air tonight. We got that winter storm watch in effect. And again, a winter storm watch is issued 48 hours ahead of a winter storm. This watch will be in 24 hours of the actual event. And again, when you get a winter storm threat in Middle Georgia, that is snowfall totals greater than 2 inches, accumulating sleet over ½ an inch, or accumulating freezing rain at least 1/4 of an inch. This is a snow event for us. And notice it's not just for us, it's for most of the state of Georgia. They're going to be seeing snow down towards Savannah, down in the Florida Panhandle. Yes, the beaches of Northwest Florida, they're going to get snow. You're already seeing that upgraded or increased to a winter storm warning back into the New Orleans area. So The farther south you are with this event, the actual higher the snowfall totals will be. Notice Birmingham is not included in this. Last time we saw the Birmingham, Atlanta areas, they got all the snow. This time it's going to be Interstate 20 and towards the south, and that puts us right in it here in Middle Georgia. And it's somewhere within this winter storm watch, when it becomes a warning, you'll get a heavy band of snow somewhere. We don't know where that's going to be, but that's where you'll see those heavier snowfall totals. But winter storm watch, again, will become a winter storm warning tomorrow, and then on Tuesday, that's when this winter weather will come in. Of course, we're going to be updating the forecast. We'll update it again tonight, tomorrow, and as we get ready for the event on Tuesday. But still be making those preparations for the very cold air. We always tell people the 4 P's this time of year is people. Check on people that may not have that adequate heating. Your pets, bring those in. A lot of animals can't handle this cold air, and with it being the wind chills in the 5 to 15 degree range, that's just downright inhumane. Pipes, when you're getting into the teens in Middle Georgia, you got to leave those faucets dripping, especially with the very cold air coming in. It's going to cause a lot of issues. And plants, most everybody's plants are in, but some people do set their plants out at times during the winter. But those 4 P's, especially pets and the people, what you got to really watch. And then those pipes. This is going to be pipe bursting weather across the mid-state as we go through this event. So there it is. We're waiting on that winter storm. The cold air, it's here. We know that. That moisture, it's going to move in. And again, we'll look at the hour by hour as we roll through the day on Tuesday. Tomorrow's quiet and dry. This is Tuesday at 9 a.m. It's down in the 20s. It's very cold. Then we look at it rolling into Tuesday afternoon. You start to see snow moving in. Yes, you see the snow, but it may not be sticking yet. The lower levels of the atmosphere continue to be very dry, so you're going to get a few hours of just snow falling before you start to see those accumulations. And again, you're not going to see much in the way of accumulations when you have surface temperatures above freezing. But then you roll into the evening hours. Notice we are all below freezing, and that's the look at this event. So that's just what we are working on. Just checking comments, asking on the time. All right, Dina, yeah, it's Tuesday. Again, here's your hour by hour forecast looking at what we are dealing with. This is 8 p.m. Tuesday. I think by noon Tuesday, we'll start to see some snow moving in, and then it'll start to continue to increase as we go through the afternoon couple of days. But again, hour by hour, this is 12 noon on Tuesday. You get into early Tuesday or mid-afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, you're starting to see the snow increase in intensity and an increase in coverage. And this is likely when we're going to start to see those temperatures start to fall closer to that freezing mark. I think by 5 p.m., most locations will see that snow starting to accumulate, and definitely by the evening hours. Check it out. You see how those temperatures just fall into the 20s and 30s. Everything that will be falling will be accumulating because those surface temperatures will be so low. And then rolling into the evening and overnight hours, this is a little bit of a faster model. It has everything out of Middle Georgia by midnight Wednesdays. So again, it'll be maybe about a 12-hour window we're going to be dealing with this. Now, I know what people are going to ask. Our school's going to close. No idea. That's not my call. That is up to the superintendents. Are the roads going to be slushy? Cannot confirm that. We just know this is going to be a high impact event. I'm not a road engineer, but you're going to have cold air in place. The infrastructure is going to be below freezing. You're going to have accumulations on those roads. This being snow's a little bit easier to drive on. Don't recommend it to anyone, but it's much better than any of that freezing rain stuff we can see. Freezing rain is the worst type of winter weather to have to deal with. But again, this does look like it's going to be an all snow event, and that's exciting. We haven't seen one in quite some time in Middle Georgia. I think we have to go back to 2017, the last time we saw accumulating snow for much of Middle Georgia. I'll have to double check that. So as of right now, today, still got time. It's cold outside. Those temperatures will continue to fall. Tonight, brutally cold with those temperatures in the teens, wind chills in the single digits. And then tomorrow, it's going to be a cold day. a quiet day of weather, but it's still going to be windy, and those wind chills are going to be below freezing all day tomorrow. This is going to be a Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday night event is when we're likely going to be dealing with the greatest chance for accumulating snow across middle Georgia. So again, we're just going to be updating things as we head through the next several days. Just what we can do, we can watch. It's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy at some point. How much snow will we see? That continues to be the question, and that is what we're going to have to watch and see. I'll show you that potential snowfall once again. This is not what's going to happen. This is just model output of what could happen. 1-2 inches of snow certainly possible. 3, 4, 5 inches. That is model updates every 3 or 4 hours. The totals change each and every time we're running it, but it's been consistently showing accumulating snow, and that's what all the models are showing, accumulating snow across middle Georgia as we head into the Tuesday night and Wednesday morning time frame. So get excited. It's going to be a big event, but it's going to be a high impact event. This is going to affect all people in middle Georgia, and we are expecting road issues as well as we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully no power outages, but you know, it doesn't take a lot to cause a lot of issues here in middle Georgia. And again, each model a little bit different, but each model run itself is a little bit different as well. So again, I like these totals. I think this is entirely plausible, but will it occur? We'll just have to wait and see. But again, we'll update these tomorrow with the new model data coming in. I really think by the time we get to this time tomorrow night, as you're watching the 5 and 6 o'clock newscast, we'll have a pretty good handle on how much snow we could see. I always say these totals will increase, they could decrease. Somebody's going to be happy on Tuesday into Wednesday. Some people are going to be upset Tuesday into Wednesday because they didn't get as much as they wanted. But it's going to snow, we can say that, and it's going to be dangerously cold. Once again, I just want to make sure everyone knows that those wind chill values are just going to be dangerous. Or between the hour, they could easily get into the single digits. And again, that's when you got to just make sure all skin is covered up. Limit your time outdoors, and we'll get through this. Again, by the end of the week and next weekend, 50s and 60s, not too bad. So you got those weather-worn days for the cold air and that snow threat, and then you get into next weekend, things begin to warm back up. But again, that's all we've been talking about. I'll be looking back at social media, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll try our best. But again, weather-worn days tomorrow through Thursday for that dangerously cold weather that we're dealing with. You step outside, you can certainly feel it. And then we're also going to be dealing with that winter storm threat Tuesday into Wednesday. And again, that's when we're going to be dealing with that likely accumulating snowfall across the mid-state, which again, we haven't seen in some time. Now, some locations up in Jasper and Putnam County, you got some snow a couple of weeks ago, but for us, the rest of middle Georgia, it has just been, there was that cold rain and sleet. But again, this looks like to be a pretty significant event for the mid-state, as we can, not often we can say snow is going to happen, but snow, it looks like it's going to happen this week, so that'll have a lot of kids. But again, we'll be watching things the next 24 to 48 hours. The snow will not move in here till Tuesday, but tonight, really pay attention. Keep those pipes dripping. Check on those pets, check on people that may not have adequate heating, as this is going to be a very, very cold event across the mid-states. That is what we're dealing with. Just wanting to make sure everybody stays up to date as they get ready to start the new work week. Again, tomorrow is the Dr. King holiday. Most schools are out. But again, we'll be watching things tomorrow, and you'll be having these frequent updates on WGXA. So again, I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett. Thanks for watching.